It's Jim Clarke here, MD of the Apprentice Academy. I'm down here today with Neil, who is the CEO of Godel Technologies. Neil was born and bred in Manchester, this great city, so I'm really interested to find out more about how you've achieved success in your career. So welcome to the interview.
Thanks, Jim.
So how did you start your career? What was your first job?
First job was actually stacking parcels in lines at a company called Parcel Line. But you know, you've seen the size of me. I'm not a massive guy, so sort of carrying parcels about didn't really work for me really. But I think at the time it sort of gave me a bit of a, you know, kick up the backside with regards to work ethic and stuff like that after leaving school, which was important. But I guess from an IT perspective, I enrolled at an IT apprenticeship college in Manchester, and managed to get picked up by a Manchester-based software company, Salford Software. Began working their technical team. After about a year, decided that technical wasn't my area and started in the sales arena. Did really well in that, and then decided to move on to another Manchester company called A&S Group, working with the likes of Scott Fletcher and Paul Sweeney over there, and then did really well from there, and then carried on in sales, became sales director at Godel Technologies, and then from sales director graduated to becoming the CEO of the company. You've
had some sort of real early career success. What are the contributing factors to doing that so young?
Probably work ethic, sort of inner belief and confidence. I mean, you're sort of told when you leave school that you fit a certain bracket. You know, if you don't get your qualifications and stuff, and I think even though you don't get your qualifications, like, you know, I didn't in my case, it's still important to have an inner belief that you're going to do well and you're going to be successful. And I think that, combined with a good work ethic, it can take you a long way.
How important has personal development been to you achieving success as well?
Really important. I think, you know, I was never a natural at reading books. I think the best book I've ever read is probably To Kill a Mockingbird, and it's part of my English GCSE. But you know, even stories like that are important, because it's like Atticus Finch in that book was saying, you know, one of the best things you can do is put yourself in another person's skin and see how they think. And that's stayed with me throughout my career, because actually it's quite important, because if you think the way others think, then you can be well prepared for a meeting or whatever it is, an interview, and what people want to see. So that's kind of important. I think going on from that, it's been things like Brian Tracy, Tony Robbins, people like that, from the point of view of professional development, and reading those kind of books that have an impact on your career. If you make the changes that a book suggests because somebody's been successful, then actually it should reap dividends, because you're actually following a methodology that's already been put in place by someone who's been successful. So it's not rocket science. I think one of the other interesting things I learned very early on as well, and it was a bit of an example, but there's plenty of people out there who are willing to pull you back down. You know, if you want to try and achieve something else, people look at you a bit differently. But actually, assuming a position and deciding you're going to do something, it's really important, and people will come and try and knock you down. But the point is, just keep focused and keep motivated about what your goal is, and you'll achieve it.
Didn't you start life as an apprentice?
Yeah, I did. I was at an IT apprentice college in Manchester and managed to get picked up by a software company, and it sort of took off from there, really. And sometimes it's not just about the money. It's sort of that age at like 18, 19. You can still go out with your mates if you're getting paid 100 quid a week. It doesn't really make a difference. But actually in your life, the life experiences, the career experiences you get by working with an organisation like us, or others in Manchester, it's important because it carries you forward.
Yeah, and I believe it's Michelle who works in marketing. She started as an apprentice as well.
Yeah, she did. She's marketing manager now, and that's another good example of. I think Michelle's 22, 23. From leaving IT college, she's now marketing manager at a successful software development company. So, if you've got the right work ethic and you put the time in, it does reap the dividends.
You talked about Scott, and Scott's one of the people you interviewed in previous interviews. So, and you spent, did you say you spent about 14 hours a day with him in the car?
Yeah, which was an experience. So from sort of 19, I was in the new business sort of development team in the sales team at A&S Group, and just 14 hours a day with Scott the Enigma sort of thing. It was a big impact, and has been a big impact going forward.
What sort of things did you learn?
Something, work ethic. Being in a situation where you're getting up at sort of 4:30 a.m. to go and do 3 or 4 meetings in London. So you drive to London, you do 4 meetings in London, and you drive home the same night. In between, you're in a Starbucks cafe getting a proposal out to a customer you just met. That work ethic, it's not about the destination sometimes, it's about enjoying the journey along the way. And across that journey in life, you do get some bumps in the road, whether it's something to do with work, something out of work, but enjoy them, learn from them, and move on. And that's the way I do things.
Thanks very much for your time today, Neil. It's been really interesting to hear from a young up-and-coming entrepreneur in Manchester, and hopefully there's lots of lessons there for young people to learn. So really appreciate your time. So thanks
Jim.
Thank you very much.